Today, we're going to talk about something that's on everyone's mind. In a world that's getting more and more dominated by artificial intelligence, what happens to us? Well, here's the big idea. The skills that make us human, they aren't going away. Nope, in fact, they're becoming our biggest superpower.
And to figure out how to navigate this future, we're actually going to look to the past. Now stick with me here, because what can a guy from the 1800s, a folk hero, really teach us about thriving with AI today?
It all goes back to that classic, epic story, man versus machine. We're going to look at the legend of John Henry, the steel-driving man, as this incredible metaphor for what we're all facing with technology right now.
So the legend goes, John Henry was the strongest man alive. Imagine this, a guy carving tunnels through solid rock mountains with just a sledgehammer. His strength was the stuff of legends, a symbol of pure, raw human power.
But then one day, a salesman shows up with a brand new, steam-powered drilling machine, and he claims this thing can outwork any person alive. Now for John Henry, this wasn't just some sales pitch. No, this was personal. It was a direct challenge to his entire identity. So he laid down the gauntlet, a contest, man against machine.
So the race is on. The machine is roaring, hammering away, and it's pulling ahead. And then, clink, it breaks down under the strain. But John Henry, he just keeps going. Pure grit and determination. And by the end of the day, he dug a 14-foot hole. He won. He beat the machine. But just as his crew starts cheering, he collapses. His heart just gives out. He won the battle, but man, it cost him everything.
But here's where the story gets really interesting for us. What if he had survived? Think about it. You know those inventors would have gone back, tinkered, and returned with a stronger, faster machine. And maybe John Henry could have won again. But for how long? Sooner or later, he'd have to make a choice. Keep fighting a battle he's destined to lose, or figure out a new way to win.
And that brings us to today, because right now we are all facing our own John Henry moment. The thing is, this time, the challenge isn't physical. It's all up here. It's cognitive. AI isn't coming for our muscles. It's coming for our brains. It's starting to automate thinking itself. To really get what's happening, you gotta look at how the skills we value as a society have totally changed over time. Way back, for communities like the Suri tribe in Africa, it was all about physical strength. Then, boom, the Industrial Revolution hits, and suddenly it's about what you know. Your expertise became the new gold. And now, well, the AI revolution is here, and it's demanding something completely different, a new kind of hybrid skill set. Now get this, this might be one of the most mind-blowing things you'll hear from a tech CEO. Jensen Huang, the head of NVIDIA, is saying that the skills we thought were the absolute key to the future, like coding, AI is already making them accessible to everyone. You don't have to be a coder anymore, you just have to know how to talk to an AI. So that really makes you wonder, right? What skills actually matter now?
And the answer, it turns out, is something called the hybrid skill set. And here's the key. This isn't about trying to outmuscle the machine, like John Henry did. It's about figuring out how to complement it, how to create a partnership where human smarts and machine intelligence work together.
Think of it like a team, right? There's a clear division of labor. AI is your powerhouse. It can crunch insane amounts of data, spot patterns, and just get stuff done with incredible speed. But us, we humans shine where AI stumbles. We bring context, we make the tough ethical calls, we understand emotion, and maybe most importantly, we know how to ask the right questions in the first place.
So, okay, let's put a pin in it. The hybrid skill set is really just this. You're blending your AI know-how, how to use these incredible tools, with all those uniquely human skills we just talked about. This is the secret sauce. This is how you don't just survive, but you actually thrive in this new world.
And you can break this whole thing down into three main parts, or pillars. First, there's cognitive transformation. That's changing how you think and solve problems with AI. Then you have behavioral transformation, which is all about how you act and innovate differently. And finally, emotional transformation, how you connect with people and lead in a world filled with AI. You get these three down and you are set. Okay, so that might sound a little abstract. Let's make this super practical. We're going to zoom in on that first pillar, the cognitive one, and talk about one single skill you can start working on like today. And believe me, this is your new AI superpower. And that superpower, it's called prompting. And really, all it is the art and science of asking better questions. Because here's the deal. The quality of the answer you get from an AI is almost 100% dependent on the quality of the question you ask it. This idea isn't even new. It takes us all the way back to ancient Greece and Socrates. This is the guy who was literally condemned for asking too many questions, for poking holes in what everyone thought they knew. In a world where AI can give us a billion answers in a split second, his whole approach is more important than ever. The real advantage isn't having all the answers anymore, it's knowing how to ask the right questions.
Okay, let me show you what I mean. The difference is night and day. You give AI a vague prompt like, summarize the latest business trends. You're going to get back something totally generic, probably useless. But watch what happens when you give it a powerful prompt. You give it a role. Act as an external consultant. You give it context for a corporate leadership meeting. The result you get back is worlds apart. It's specific, it's useful, it's actionable.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's that the rules of the game have completely changed. We've got to stop thinking about how to compete with AI. That's the old way. We need to start focusing on our real advantage.
At the end of the day, AI is just a tool. A really, really powerful tool, but still just a tool. Just like that steam drill was for John Henry. The real power, the real transformation, isn't in the tech itself. It's in us. It's in the skills we decide to build, so we can use that tool in ways no one else can. And that leaves us with one last big idea to chew on. The real threat? It isn't AI. It's not the robots coming for your job. The real threat is another person who has mastered this hybrid skill set and knows how to use AI better than you do. So the only question that really matters now is, how are you going to adapt?